Welcome back. Every child deserves a quality education, and with many different K through 12 school choice options available for families, School Choice Week is the best time to explore all of the educational options.
Joining us today is Shelby Doyle, Vice President of the National School Choice Awareness Foundation, to tell us more about the choices parents have for their child's education. Welcome, Shelby. Great to see you. Thanks for joining us. Yeah. So one question we have, just in general, for people who might not be familiar, is the definition. What is school choice?
School choice is the process of parents choosing the K-12 education option that best suits their kid. And that can mean choosing a traditional public charter, magnet, private, online, home, or microschooling option. What makes it school choice is that you as a parent are empowered to choose from a variety of options using the information only you have about your kid.
And what's the number one thing you recommend families do during National School Choice Week, Shelby?
Well, we recommend that parents look at their education options. The whole week is designed to make that an easier process for the average parent. So that means putting on giant school fairs or open houses at individual schools. You can find lists of all the events happening near you at schoolchoiceweek.com. And if you've already found a great school for your kid, we really recommend that you take to your networks and talk about what that process was like for you and why you love the school you've chosen. Because there's always going to be folks, whether you know it or not, who are listening to you, who are in a situation where they want to make a change, but they may not know where to start or what they want to consider. So talk about it and look at your options if you're not already familiar.
Yeah, and speaking of those options and kind of bringing it up in conversation, how can parents identify the best school for their child? Sorry, the question was, how can parents identify the best school for their child, Shelby?
So what's most important is that your school search is specific to your particular kid. You're going to see all sorts of recommendations, ratings, rankings, all this information that's out there about schools. But if it's not right for your kid, it's not the right fit. And so we recommend, as a family, if your kid's old enough, involving them, sitting down and looking at what is important to you in choosing a school. That could be the curriculum, it could be the safety policies, it could be the learning style. But what's important is knowing that answer before you get all this overwhelming amount of information so that you can use it to cut to the chase and figure out what's going to work best for your kid.
Yeah, that's absolutely great advice. Now, what does Arkansas offer parents in terms of school choice?
So Arkansas has recently become a national leader on school choice among other states. So in 2022, when the LEARNS Act passed, it made historic investments in traditional public schools, which have open enrollment policies that allow families, in a lot of cases, to choose a school other than the one that they're zoned for. There's a great number of public charter schools around the state. There's also new scholarships that allow families to use education freedom accounts that are basically stipends that allow parents to choose private or homeschooling options that are approved and be reimbursed for those expenses. And then, of course, you've got online learning as well. And there's also micro schools, which are these small community-based models that really sprung up during the pandemic and that parents are increasingly interested in. So lots of options if you're an Arkansas parent.
Yeah, that's great. And if viewers want to know, where can they go for more information?
So head to schoolchoiceweek.com. That is where you can find out everything going on near you if you want to attend a school fair or a local open house. You can also from there figure out what your general education options are any time of the year, use a tool to search for schools near you, and just go through the process of choosing what you want to do next fall for your son or daughter.
Thank you so much for joining us. Great information today.
Absolutely.
Thanks.